What's up, everybody? Welcome to Weighing Out Your Options. I'm your host, James Legends. Today is Sunday, September 25th. Today's first topic of the day: did the market hit a bottom on Friday? I'm sure some traders believe it did and others believe it didn't, right? That's the whole purpose of bulls and bears. So I'm here to give my viewpoints on that and talk about what I think is going to be the overall sentiment as the next couple of weeks go on, leading up to the elections as well. So first of all, let's take a look at the SPY chart here. This is the daily chart on SPY. So what I'm going to do, just to make this a little clearer for you, is go ahead and make these fib lines a little transparent, so just so that we could see the others for now. Right, so there we go. So number one, obviously, a lot of us know already on the daily chart, we have this trend line right here, extending from the top at 474.49 from January 4th. Coming all the way down to here, right? So far the market, the SPY has been unable to get over this trend line. And if you look at the QQQ chart or the Dow chart, it does look a little bit similar to this as well. So basically all of the indexes are still technically trading under that resistance point, right? So for me personally, I am not going to say that we have bottomed out and that we're reversing or anything like that yet until I see this line get taken out, right? Because this is the line right now that we've been trading under since January of 2022 now. So almost the entire year at this point, we've been under this line, right? Since the new year started. So for me, I'm not saying that we're back into a bull market or reversing or hit the bottom or anything like that until we get over this. Okay, this is the main point that we need to break for that confirmation to be shown. However, I do think that the market is going to go up this week. I think that, after 3 days of constant selling, we sold off all the way from, the top of this candle, which was 389.30, all the way down to, 363 on Friday. So we had a decent dump, and I do expect there to be some kind of a relief rally from here. So my advice to people, at least in my opinion, I would say, if we do get a big green week, if we do get, 2 or 3 days straight of the market going up right now from here, just, that relief rally from hitting this low of 363, which is extremely close to the bottom that we saw this year, which was 360, right? So if we do get some kind of a run from here, I would say just don't go and be too loose with your positions as far as swinging things very long. Don't FOMO into stuff just because you don't want to miss out on the market running. You don't want to miss out on getting the bottom. Okay, these are the kinds of things that end up hurting us more than helping us most of the time. Okay, so what I would say is we can definitely play the market going back up from here. We could definitely play calls on SPY and Apple and things like that. But at the same time, have it in the back of your mind that this is technically still a bear market. Okay. To me, I'm calling this a bear market until we get back over this line, right? There are other ways of determining if it's a bear market or not. But for me personally, I'm just saying until we get back over here and we show true strength over that, we're still in a bear market. Okay. So just don't get too loose. Don't get too excited if things start coming up a lot, right? Like that you have to start adding to your retirement account and all this stuff, right? Just still keep that patience in mind. Keep that slow position sizing in mind as well as we go into the next couple of weeks. Because I do think that we are going to see some bigger green days coming up, and it might end up, making a lot of people fall for it like it's a bull trap, and you end up buying like a big position in something because you think this is it, this is the bottom, we're going straight back up from here, and then that ends up not happening, right? We still have a lot to get through in this economy and a lot of issues that we need to take care of, and even Powell himself said last week that we're still going to have to go through a lot of pain. Right, we're going to have to go through a lot of pain in the markets and the economy in order for us to get back to where we need to be. Okay, so if he's saying that, then that's telling me that, they know that this is not the bottom of the market yet, but we could still get a little bit of a relief rally from here. So if we just take a quick look, this is just a little like descending triangle that I have here on the SPY on the daily chart that it's been trading in, right? So basically what I believe will happen this week is that we'll see it touch the top of the inside of this triangle. So around like this 375, 377 area here, and then end up coming back down from there. If it were to break out of this triangle, it would still not be ready to run yet, in my opinion. It would still need to come back down and retest this area before it bounces and runs back up, right? And then that's where my Fibonacci kind of comes into play here, right? So we could make this a little bit more visible again now, right? So right now we're under what's called the Golden Fibonacci, which is the 61.8, at least from my standards. This is my fib starting from the top here at 458.20, coming down to that bottom and then coming up to that most recent top, right? So right now we're under that golden fib at 369.89. We can just call it 370 for the sake of simplicity. Okay, so that's a critical area as well. However, we do have a gap to fill that was created on Friday back up to the low of this candle, which would be 373.44. So I would say we probably see that gap getting filled before we start to come down more. Okay, it's also very possible that if the market wants to get, super bullish and rally from here, we could come all the way back up, hit this line at some point, whichever day it decides to hit it, and then come back down, right? But just keep this line in the back of your mind. I think that if you don't have this trend line drawn on your daily chart on SPY, it would be a good idea just to throw it on there, just so that you can see where those tops have been. So whichever candle decides to meet that line up here, right? That's where okay, maybe I shouldn't go long from this point, because if I go long here, this is exactly where it should be getting smacked right back down, right? So at that point, we don't go long. If it's under here, if it's right here, we don't go long yet. We wait for it to break over, come back down and retest, and then come back up from there. And then we go long as far as like swings go, right? And then we could play it maybe up to, 407, 429, depending on how bullish the market really gets from that point. But for me personally, I'm just thinking we're going to come up to around 377-ish this week. Like that would be my top of the week prediction. So another like 10 points from here. Maybe we hit 380, right? Maybe we just get to that mental zone of resistance, 380, and then we come back down from there too. But I am overall still bearish in the longer term over the next month or two, right? I do think that we get a little like rally from here, and we're definitely going to make money on the bull side from this point, I think, but just I'm not adding any leaps yet. I'm not doing anything like that, right? I'm not like adding huge positions to my IRA. I'm not, I'm still playing it safe at this point. I'm still mainly cash, right? Saving my cash on the sidelines for when I need it. Okay, and I'm playing all of my trades, small positions, and both sides, right? I'm playing both upside and the downside. Okay, so I just want to, put that into perspective for everybody, and let you know what my thoughts are here. That I don't think we've necessarily hit a bottom yet, okay? Because a lot of people probably see these red days, and their mouths start salivating. They're very excited. They want to get into all of these positions now that all these stocks are down and on discount. I think they go for a better discount in the near future. It might not. I could be totally wrong about that, but that's my opinion, and that's the best I could do, is just share it with all of you. Now, as far as the week ahead goes, unfortunately, there aren't really too many, good earnings coming out this week. We do have Nike on Thursday in the after hours. So Nike is one that I'll definitely be watching this week. We also have CarMax this week on Thursday, I believe, also in the after hours. And then we also have Rite Aid, which this one is only $7. So I'm not so sure if I'm really even going to play this one, to be honest with you. But this is one that's also reporting on Thursday in the pre-market, and it could be a good one to watch because they do have decent options, right? The options do trade like a decent amount of volume on the monthlies, right? Or at least they used to. They have a decent amount of open interest here too. So this could be a good one to watch for options or even just shares, right? I would be a little bit more bullish on a company like Rite Aid just because I think it's a place that people will shop right now, right? It's like kind of like a discounted store. It's a convenience store at the same time, right? And they also have a pharmacy. So it's a place that people are probably still going to shop. Whereas Nike is a little bit different, right? Nike is more of like, I'm going to buy clothes or I'm going to buy shoes and things like that. So it's a little bit more of a luxurious spending kind of thing, right? So I feel like Nike will come down for earnings, but I'm not ready to buy puts on it for the earnings yet. I'm going to wait. I want to see it run back up a little bit and at least maybe touch this resistance here at around 105. All right, so we'll just plot a line up there for you. All right. So those are a couple of stocks that I'm watching this week. And I also want to say thank you for watching on YouTube. And now we are going to switch it over to the Discord and continue with the live stream. So thank you on YouTube, and we're going to continue on Discord.